Welcome everyone to the second installment of the flying dress project. So as you have seen at the end of the previous video, if you have watched the previous video, this is a part 2. So without further ado, let's get into the clips. All right, everybody, I'm so tired. I love my room. I just redid it. I have hemmed the under petticoat a bit longer than it was before. Now, this is structurally sound except for, where is it? Where are you? Where is it? Is this you? No, it's not you. Where are you? I just cut you. This. This is the little flappity flap that will be this. I allowed a very deep hem because the flap in Rose's dress does have a very deep hem, and yes, it is a flap. So I'm deciding to replicate that also because I do not think this would fit on here. Let me check. Barely, but like I would have to go onto the hem, which I don't want to. So I'm doing a flap like hers. I need to get transfer paper, but it is currently Sunday afternoon, so all the shops are shut. What do you know? And then the more interesting part of this project, of the things I had to futz around with, the skirt. So I had to futz around the skirt because it wasn't like, it was puffing up at the side, only at the left side, as you could see. So I just basically made a dart, took it in, and just backstitched it all like this. I don't care if it's asymmetrical. In the end, like, the point of Rose's dress is that it is asymmetrical. It does have an asymmetrical design, so it's okay. Everything's fine. I'm just telling my perfectionist, obsessed with symmetry self that everything's fine. Now, since I can't do anything with the embroidery, the last step, which I think will take me the whole day, is to level the hem of this thing and gather it up and fix these bunchy seams. I think I need to iron this. I don't know what I need to do, but I think firstly, level the hem. Wish me luck, I have no one to do it. Hello friends, you can't see a thing. Can you see me? I don't care if you just see my hips because that's what you need to see. The skirt is too tight. I can't move in it. So I just decided that I'm gonna unpick all of the stitching I did here. Yep. And then I'm gonna just leave it as is. These are all steps you can skip because you probably want to make a mock-up. Friends, you'll have to excuse the fan noise again because it is way too hot in here. I bought transfer paper, which is basically the same color as my fabric, just a bit darker. So I do have hope that maybe I can use that on these and then make it a darker color, like, or trace over it with a lighter color pencil, which I do have. I am terrified now, so yeah. First, I will mark the edge of these rectangular ones with like a lighter color, so I don't need to worry about the edge. The embroidery patterns are ready. Like, here they is, and here they is. I'm sorry guys, I don't know what's up with my English today. So, and then this one over here. So let's try. I went to the shop to get this, and the dude, which I thought was creepy but turned out to actually be really nice, he accidentally gave me 3.5 too, so now I feel bad. He was like, what do you use it for these days? So I guess that by buying carbon paper, which is transfer paper, I have acquired the power of the 80s. News for you. My sewing machine has the little, I don't know what to call them in English, those little bugs, nasties, who get into wood and eat it up and form little holes. That's what my sewing machine has right now. It's not too bad, thank goodness. I noticed today, so tonight I will treat it with the substance because I do have that at home. I had to do that when I first got her. It was stinky, it was not nice. So not looking forward to repeating that process, but I'm also not looking forward to having a completely collapsed, destroyed sewing machine or bugs in my room. So let's go forward with the transfer paper thing. So we're gonna start with the corner bottom embroidery. So here's my piece of fabric. fabric. You can't see anything. Here's my piece of fabric. Now let me Google how to do this. I already did, but I want to see again. So, side of it. I think I better do this. I don't know how the pattern fits. Barely. It just barely fits on the horizontal side. Let's check out the vertical. Oh, it fits like this. So I need to take into account the hem. Okay, it fits, because then I do have the space for embroidery. So, transfer paper with the ink side facing down. This here. And I feel like I need something weighing it down. There we are. And I'm using a pen because I have thinner markings, and we're just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna basically trace all of this. The transfer paper is shorter than the embroidery pattern, so this should turn out interesting. I'm just pinning it on the corners where the pencil won't have to go. So 4 corners and top here have been pinned, and then I'm going to take another one of these and I'm going to pin it to the bottom. There we go, like this. Now, what I'm going to want to do is take my pattern and see where it begins, like where I drew the square on, and pin through. So this kind of, so I like this. And the bottom, you just pin here. Hopefully it's right. What? The heck? Huh? Dusty. No. What are you on about? Why don't I make it longer? I don't know. This is where the embroidery pattern needs to be, guys. Let me put a couple of pins through here just to make sure. Yes, this is where it's supposed to be. On this side over here. Is this? Interesting. Well, I'm just, it's just good on top and bottom, so I'm just gonna transfer that. And it's as you've seen before, so I'm not gonna record that, but I recorded this because I thought it was gonna be interesting. So this is the progress on the embroidery so far, but also I wanted to show you guys something. I did my nails to match my project because I am, as 2018 Burnett Banner would say, trash. But seriously, I never wear nail polish, and when I do, it has to be matching something, so here it is. It's not over yet. I still need to buy more of this thread. This little nugget over here, which is slightly asymmetrical, is bothering me right now. But yeah, that's on perfectionism. I'm gonna keep going because these stems were actually pretty fast to do. These were a bit less quick than I imagined them to be, like these whole light blue parts, but yeah, I'm gonna continue. Hello everybody, brand new day. Embroidery is almost finished. I'm gonna go out and grab some, I'm gonna buy it, some embroidery floss later because I ran out of it, but what I'm doing right now is my velvet is coming in today. So that's exciting. So I'm gonna draft the jacket and then bring my sewing machine back into the room because, you know, she's been out of the window, that sounds horrible, in a terrace with the woodworm, that's what they're called, woodworm thing in. So yeah, I'm gonna start drafting this jacket and bring you along with me. So these are my rudimental measures. So because this is a mock-up, it doesn't have to be perfect, and I do abundant seam allowance in all mock-ups. So your next step when you're hopefully finished with the embroidery, just leave it there for a sec. We'll come back to that. You measure from like half of your shoulder to your waist. I'm not doing this in my corset. Maybe I should. Please hold. Corset is on. So, all right. So half of your shoulder to your waist, the small of your waist, and if possible, do it as close to your neck as possible. So like pass here. Okay, it's 17 inches. It was 13 inches before. So measurements do change when you have a corset on, kids. So 17 inches. And then I need to figure out where the little flaps are. Hold on, let me pull up a picture. Because she has triangles. Flares out into triangles. So what I was thinking is, because the sash will cover it, the point where the jacket cuts up in a triangle is going to be covered by the sash. So let me see where her triangles get. Around knee length. And around knee length plus a couple inches is 38. So something like this. So this whole line is 38 inches. Then this is the length of the shoulder that I want it to be. Then this is the length that from the end of the shoulder to the waist, covered by the sash. And then it goes straight down because then it closes, and still need to figure out this triangle contraption. So it's a journey. I need to take more measurements. Let's start from the simple measurements, which is the width of the shoulder piece. Which width of the shoulder, hold on, I need a mirror for this. It's 4 inches. This is how I usually draft most of my patterns, by the way. So by all means, do start like this. Don't feel discouraged as a beginner. So this line is 16 inches. Let me pull up another picture of where the jacket ends. So I would say roughly a slight bit below my corset. So 28 inches, let me see. Yeah, 28 inches. Oh, and we need to have an arm's eye. I completely forgot about the arm's eye. Oh, never take measurements with the arm's eye. I don't need to measure the arms. I just don't need to measure the arms. 28 inches. I'm usually not this mathematical when I come up with a pattern, mostly because my patterns aren't that complicated. Oh, and waist. Let's see, waist. Let's leave in a couple of these. We can always take it in. Right now it's 27, which my waist is usually 29 inches. I'm not tight-laced in this corset, so we would say 30 inches. Let's just say it's 30 inches, and then I can cut bits off. It's always better to do that. So 30 divided by 4. Yes, I'm doing it on a calculator. Don't judge me. 7.5. So the width of this needs to be 7.5 inches. And let's take care of the back for a second. Now, let me measure from the end of the shoulder piece to the end of the shoulder piece, just quite far into the neck here. It's 11 inches, let's say 11 and a half. 11 inches divided by 2 is 5.5 inches. Is 5. Alright, I'm ready. I'm going to uncorset myself, and we're going to start the drafting. I'm not going to talk to you during the drafting because I'm going to have a podcast on. I'm going to be really focused. So the back is like this because I wanted the thing, the back collar. It's not collar. What am I talking about? No. It can't be rounded like that because I have the actual collar bit on. So just make it straight and then we'll figure it out. I'll preoccupy myself with the sleeve later when I've got the arms down. I unfortunately don't have many pieces with good fitting sleeves here now. Or well, do I? No, and I don't have good sleeve patterns over here, so we're gonna have to improvise, but hey, that's what mock-ups are for. I usually only do one sleeve mock-up, so I'm gonna start with this. This is bed sheet material, it's cotton calico. And after I've made this mock-up is going to be repurposed because this was supposed to be a lining for a coat, but honestly, maybe I should buy normal cotton calico instead of using the old bed sheet for the lining of a good coat. All right, let's draft. Alright, I don't know how much footage I got because apparently I wasn't recording for a great part of that time, but my pieces are drafted and cut out. The collar too. Hopefully the collar turns out well. I don't know. The sleeves aren't yet. The sleeve, because I always mock up one sleeve, the sleeve is flared, so it's gonna require a bit more work, so until I can wrap my head around how this complicated shape fits on me and how the arm side is gonna be, I'm not gonna do anything. So I'm gonna bring in the sewing machine, put these scraps here, and proceed. Here she is, Rose mock-up number 1. You can't see my face when I'm telling you this thing had me going like, how does this hellish mad contraption work? Because hers is at an angle that I finally achieved after trial and tribulation. So this is the strategy we're gonna need to adopt. We're gonna have to have a snap here, and I think possibly snaps at the waist, and then the sash is gonna tie it in. You can't really see length of this, but the best, I usually Hi, in my mock-ups, usually I have one problematic side and one unproblematic side, or just like the favorite child side, sort of. And as of now, this is favorite child side. So I'm just gonna mark that. Please hold. Oh, I am sweating. Come on, do I not have a pen? Here, I do. Okay, I marked it with a giant check so I can't miss it. Here there's like a dart. It's not gonna be on the final velvet. It's just to make the, to make this lay correctly. So I don't know, cause like the arm's eye has to be folded in like this. The collar will probably be a bit wider, and obviously, of course, this thing has been tightened to 1 inch of its life, and I think it needs to be, yeah, definitely even tighter. But yeah, for first mock-up, pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, at one point I thought this was a disaster, and therefore I was not in a mood to pick up the camera and film. But please hold, I am trying not to stab myself. But the bad news about this is I just measured the sash, and I will have to recut the sash because I cut it way too small. It doesn't even close, like, let alone overlap. So I need at least 2 inches or maybe 3 inches more on that sash. I love how you're getting like the perfect view of me shoving a pin in this mock-up. Yeah. I think I'm gonna lower you to show you the length of the triangles. Okay, so this is the good length we like. I don't think I'm even gonna add, like, remove the seam allowance. I just like this length with the seam allowance. The length of the triangles, the right length of the triangles, is this one over here. Can't really see it, but this one's longer, so I will copy this out on the velvet. We're gonna make it work. Yeah, right now I'm gonna do alterations. So yeah, this is a journey, and I'm taking you along with me. Here's the collar. If you completely ignore the left side, just completely scrap, ignore left side, I think this can work. So the only adjustment I've got left to do is I've got to tighten the back more because it's shloop, flaring out like this. And let me put a pin in that, and then I can, this is ready to pattern, and then, you know. Oh no, wait, it's not, because I need sleeve-o. I need to pattern a sleeve. This was too good to be true. This is too good to be true. I need to pattern a sleeve. So this is the side of the collar that's going to be used. This side of the jacket that's going to be used. What I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off one of these triangles, this one from the bad side, and put it on the good side of this so that the triangles are the same length. Sleeve-all. I want to do a sleeve-all. I don't want to. Okay, I have to, and I have to stitch the back. I just wanted to show you how the sleeve fits. It fits great. First try, actually. Maybe the only fix I need to do is like half an inch looser around here, but it's not even uncomfortable. I think I just might have to do it because velvet. But so the collar's acting a bit weird, but I'm pretty sure it's because A, it's just pinned on, it's not sewed and ironed, and B, because it's short on the back, and C, it's because this fabric wants to stand up by itself really bad. So I think that's why. For the rest, I'm pretty satisfied with this. I'll say, I don't know if I will cut this not folded like this, because I still need to fiddle with the shape a little bit, and you know, I have my two like flower panels that I can't cut out yet because I don't have that small of an embroidery hoop. So the embroidery hoop that I use will only work if, you know, the flowers are like this. But yeah, I think we can make this work. Hopefully we can make this work. And I'm gonna cut this out and use this as a pattern and start zhuzhing the skirt. I can't go buy the floss right now, unfortunately, or today for that matter, I don't think, which is no bueno, but yeah, this is good. This is good. So I'll cut this out and make it into a pattern. Guys, editing Margie here again. Part 2 ends here, unfortunately, but fear not, there is a part 3. So stay tuned for part 3. I'm sorry this video had to be broken down in so many chunks, but it's so long. I didn't realize how long it was because this dress is so incredibly complicated, and I want to do it justice, and I want to give you guys a proper, you know, step-by-step tutorial. So thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in my next shenanigan. Bye!